Good evening, Ben. I can't hear you. You're muted.
Yeah, thank you. I was saying good morning for you, and how is everything going in New Zealand?
Good. We just had our Labor Day, so we had a long weekend, which is nice.
Yeah, and how is the weather right now there? Like
It's warming up.
summer? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
we're coming.
Enjoy.
Yeah, it's full on spring now.
Great. And my next question is, how did your hockey team did this weekend? Did they won?
Um, we had, let's see. Yeah, so we started out last week. Um, started with an overtime win or a shootout win. So you go through the regulation, the time runs out, and then you have a short overtime. And still, if nobody has scored in the overtime, then you go to a shootout. And so so we had a shootout win, and then we had a shootout loss, and then we won in regulation, and then we've won in overtime. So the only things we haven't done are lose in overtime and lose in regulation. So we'll see what the next two games have. We're
And
going for
and
variety.
and did you watch the match live or just the resume like after? So did you
So
manage to see it live?
so I do watch the whole game,
Cool.
but it's recorded afterward. So they happen at like 1 o'clock ish here in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And plus if I'm watching it live, I have to sit through the commercial breaks and everything. So I wait till the game is over and it gets posted to ESPN and I can watch it recorded.
Okay. Great. So yeah, today we have no just one item in the agenda, so I think it's going to be a quick meeting,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah, but I know that we discussed a lot about this topic, but I just wanted to make sure that we have everything properly write down to be transparent and communicate it properly.
Yeah.
Mm. Did you did you see this blog post written by Divo from Postman regarding what is JSON schema? I think that
Oh
probably
yeah, yeah. I helped review that. Julian
I'm
and
going
I
to
both had a
I
look at
going
it.
I'm going to show you something. Give me 1 second because they used your logo instead the JSON schema logo. Let me show you something.
Okay.
I need to find. I just saw it a couple hours ago.
Welcome everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh yeah, they just used the Jason logo.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean the illustration is cool.
Yeah.
Hi everyone.
How's it going?
Yeah, I use a 3D model. I did a 3D model in SolidWorks of the Jason logo, and then I animated that rotating, and so I use that as my logo on my jasoneverything.net site.
It's cool.
I never noticed that was the JSON logo.
Yeah.
Me neither.
if you take a square and do a revolution about it, or do a revolution, and then you twist it 180 degrees over that revolution, you get the JSON logo. I actually have one 3D printed somewhere. It seems like it should be one of those impossible objects, but it's not. It's just like a Mobius strip.
You're gonna have to bring that and show us at the next meeting.
Yeah, let's see if I
Yeah,
can find it.
probably is towards that sword you have there, the Arturo's sword you have
Yeah,
behind.
yeah. I don't know. I'll have to. It's in a box somewhere. I think we still haven't completely unpacked everything during since the move last year.
Okay, shall we get started? Or, okay, or maybe we can wait 1 minute more to see
Yeah.
if we have one last minute joiner. Okay, it's 5 minutes since the starting hour, so I think that we can get started. It's okay for everyone. Cool. I'm going to share my screen. And let me also make it a little bit bigger. And let's get started with some housekeeping, reading the meeting etiquette. We are going to record this session to share it with the community and also in our YouTube channel. If someone is against sharing this video in YouTube, just let me know. You can send me a direct message or as you prefer, and the conversation will keep private. We encourage everyone to challenge any change in language or behavior that is harmful, not inclusive, or against our code of conduct. We'll try to remain on mute when another person is speaking and use the Zoom reactions to ask for a turn to speak. And for today, we have a really small agenda with one single item that is just make a final review of for the division about what to do with this controversial blog post proposal we have. But you are still on time to add your topic, so if you have something in mind, just edit the issue or leave a comment in the issue itself, or just send me a message so we can get it added for today. Any comment or question before starting? No? Okay. As we do in every meeting, let's start reviewing the action items of the last meeting. This is the last meeting. We had a discussion about archiving the old blog repository, understanding JSON schema, and the old website. We are almost done with the old website and blog, but still the understanding of JSON schema is a lot of work to do, mostly closing issues and pull requests. We decided to hold a discussion of the progress on the stable release development, and there was no action item, so nothing to review in this case. But what I can tell, if we go 1 week more to the past, So I'm still pending to provide a deprecation plan for the redirect link. So it's in my list of tasks. So I hope to have something for this week, hopefully. So this is pending. Any comment regarding the action items of the past week and the week after? Okay, so let's go with today's agenda. As I said, we have just one single item added by me, and it is regarding this controversial post proposal we received some weeks ago. We decided to start a GitHub discussion to see if to try to get a understanding and see if we can find a way to reach a point when we can publish or align views on the topic, but that didn't work. And finally, after a lot of discussions, trying to find those common views, understanding, the final point is that we stop the discussion, basically, but if someone wants to add something, but in the end, they sent a message saying that asking for what to do, right? So it's the moment to decide or to post it or to reject it. All the previous discussions was in line of rejecting it, but I just wanted to make sure that we are all aligned because it's a sensitive topic, and something in my heart is telling me that we can lose an opportunity. So I just wanted to double check with all of you that we are all agree in what the next step is going to be. Publish, not publish. Yeah, I read all the comments by multiple members of the core team in the direction of not publishing. So just wanted to check with you all and leave a proper track about this and to make sure that we are transparent. And and hopefully if we get a new guest blog post, we will manage to get it published if it's not as controversial as this one. Please, thoughts?
Yeah, I've made it clear in Slack, but I'm firmly against posting this blog post, posting this to the site. I think our blog should be for promoting JSON schema, and I'm not saying that we should not consider criticisms of JSON schema. I just don't think that the blog is the right place for those things. Those things belong in issues and discussions, and I'm happy to have conversations there about the content of such criticisms, but you can't have a conversation on a blog post. And being the public face of JSON schema, I think we want to advertise and promote its use cases, and I don't think that this meets those qualifications. Also not present here, but Karen agreed with that sentiment in Slack. I just wanted to raise that here because she's not.
Yeah, I come to a similar conclusion, but with a little bit different reasoning. I don't have a problem at all with posting critical posts on the blog, but I do think that it needs to be fair and balanced, and well understood what the how JSON schema works and all these things. And I think this post and the paper, the authors have no interest in understanding how JSON schema is intended to work. They just want to criticize and promote their paper. And I don't think that's quality, high enough quality for posting on our blog site.
Yeah, I mean, I would say somewhat similar, but with different and similar reasoning, in that we eventually found out that the paper was originally containing some other parts, and it got broken up into two papers. And this other part, which is kind of hinted at towards the end of the paper, is then proposing an alternative solution which better fits the use cases they imagine and the situations that they've imagined. So really the paper isn't setting out, on the original intent of the paper isn't setting out to identify problems and try to fix them. It's what problems can I identify that support the thing that I've created. And it's done in a very haphazard way, as Jason says, without really a good understanding of what JSON schema is and how it works. So I think, if there is criticism and it is high quality, and we can have a discussion and say, are we going to do these things as a result, then that's something we could probably entertain as being sufficient for the blog. But the paper is really low quality, which I think I brought up before, which is why I haven't really engaged with it myself. I don't think it's not somebody looking to have a discussion. They have an agenda, which is not to help us.
Another surprising thing that I get from this, and I may have mentioned it somewhere in all the discussions, is that nowhere in the effort of creating their paper did they come to the organization itself to get the expert's opinion. And they just made assumptions on their own and went forward with those assumptions, which I don't think is very scholarly.
And we have had other people who've written papers who have come and had discussions with us of like,
Right.
Oh, are we getting this right? Like, it's not like we're making unreasonable expectations. This is what we've seen in the past.
Yes. So I think
Okay.
that the decision is no, Ben.
No, I get it. Yeah. So I have everything that I needed. So I'm going to put a very polite reply for them. Probably that will happen in the future, but what I'm sure is that we took the time to discuss it properly. So there wasn't like a very light decision took by one single person. So we try it with our best intentions. My only question that is remaining is when I share our response to them, can I reinforce that they can use the GitHub discussions to continue the proposing ideas if they want to with the community? Because what I like to reinforce in my closing comment is that we are an open community and we like to hear voices different than ours, because that can inspire us, inspire others, and help us to find take better decisions for the future if we have to do it, right? So is everyone okay if I make that invite to them that to keep sharing their thoughts with the community through discussions, and maybe also in the Slack? I don't know if maybe that can be risky, but
Yeah,
how
I'm
that
happy to
sounds.
have
add
those
to that,
discussions in
Benja,
those places.
I think it's, I mean, touching, for example, to Greg's point about the blog being a way that we, promote JSON schema and a place where like content should be pro JSON schema. I think that could also be a nice thing that you can explain, like all of these discussions about whether JSON schema is good or not. Those are good to have on GitHub discussions, are welcome, but just like on the blog, we want only content that it's pro JSON schema.
Yeah. Great. Perfect. Yeah,
I might
I'll.
include something that makes it clear that it's important that they initiate those conversations and engage in those conversations from a place of respect for the people who are working on the project, because that's something that they struggled with greatly in the discussions that we've had so far.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to ask to raise those topics again in my closing comment. I will try to like focus in the positive aspect, not like trying to tell something to them again, like. But I'll try to make a recommendation. Like I like what Ben said before, like other studies reach out to us before publishing the official paper, so we can have engaging discussion before the article is posted, so we have like a much rich context to continue the discussion and maybe think in publishing against blog post. But in this case, the situation was like the opposite. So yeah. I'll
And
try
I
my
think
best to.
I think critically for the other papers that we've dealt with, they haven't started with a particular agenda. They've done legitimate research based on a question rather than trying to find evidence to support what they want, which is a solution which is different to what JSON Schema sets out to do anyway. So I think if they want to have discussions about the specific things they raise, and how we could potentially improve JSON Schema, that's fine. We can have those discussions. But if they just want to raise things that they know JSON Schema is not going to do, just so they can point to their own solution, that's not appropriate discussion.
Okay, thanks everyone for the support. So yeah, I have everything that I need. Yeah, probably what I'll try in the coming weeks is like see if the same way that we are still moving in some point creating the technical steering committee, maybe I'll try to make a push to create the code of conduct committee or group or something like the parallel group to evaluate escalations in the code of conduct, and maybe we can get people from the community, not members of the TST, also to be part of the discussions in the future. So we can get more people involved in like, hey, is this comment appropriate? Is this content appropriate, or is this comment right? So yeah, the whole discussion made me think about speeding up the plan to get this code of conduct committee in place in the midterm. What do you think? That makes sense? No? Maybe?
I'm sorry, I lost focus a bit for a second. Are you saying you want to bring in more people outside of our group to moderate some of these
No.
Is that what you're
No,
talking about?
in the charter we have a section for the code of conduct evaluation, or when we have like violations is the word. So when there is a code of conduct violation, as of now is the core team or the TST the team that is going to evaluate that. But in other projects, more mature projects, they have a separate group called the Code of Conduct Committee or something like that. When there is a specific group of people just taking care of the enforcement of the Code of Conduct, and maybe the content is also that if some point we have like concerns with content, we have another group that can share an opinion, not only the TST. Maybe the TST is still the decision maker, but it's going to be positive for everyone, like getting more thoughts about things like this, right?
Yeah, I think that's really important, especially because code of conduct violations can come from within the TSC as well. And when they do, it's very difficult to handle those properly. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly what we can do about that, but yeah, I'm 100% for doing something.
Yeah, at least I can like make a call for applicants or people interested in joining it, and let's see how it goes. And maybe if we activate that group that is not as important as the TST, we can just start getting like traction here and there for the moment that we open official call for people interested in joining the TST at some point of time. That is not going to be like I don't know, maybe it's weeks, months, soon, right?
Yeah,
Hey,
sounds good.
Julian.
Hey.
Any other comment regarding this topic or any other topic? Because we are done with the agenda, so
Really
nothing.
great timing.
Julian, something to discuss?
No, not from me. Yeah, the timing was intentional. I was in the background listening for when everything was fixed, and then I joined.
Okay, I think that we are fine for today. Thank you everyone for your advice and comments with this single item of the agenda. But I think that it is, at least was important for me. It's great that we are all aligned in the next step. So yeah, tomorrow I will proceed with the action we agreed. Thank you everyone. Have a great rest of the day and take care. See you in Slack on GitHub. Take care. Bye.
All the best.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Right.